Hello, hi, I'm Greta, and this is Bookish Rambles. So, in today's video, I got book mail. So I did my first ever unboxing of Afterlight back at the beginning of this month. Or last month, when this goes up. So beginning of April. And that was March's book subscription box. I technically wasn't meant to get that box because I missed the sign up date for March. But luckily, when I signed up for April, they had some boxes of March still left over, and so I bought it as quickly as possible. And yeah, also I have to mention, please excuse blank wrist. I opened a door the other day and pain shot into my wrist. So I'm experiencing a flare up from having a weak wrist. But yeah, let's get into this video. I have to flash over on my wrist. But yeah, I've cut it open, so hopefully this goes easier. Let's hope. Get rid of packaging. We have this month's theme, which is Take Me Home. And I believe, I'm not going to say what the theme is because what sport they're playing, because I am stupid. I can't recognise this. I'm not going to show the back because that's basically going to tell you what book it is. We then have the book, which I'm going to open last. And then we have a really cute picture with a message reading from the back, which I read out last time. I don't think I will this time. And then we have the book. Trying to, yeah, it's the back, so you can actually see what it was called. Let's open it. I am breaking this apart. And I just stuck my things in there. So, the book is The Prospects by Katie Hoffman. Okay, let's try and read this and not butcher names. Enemies, rivals, teammates. It's going to be a hell of a season. Jean Ionescu, yeah, I'm going to butcher names, is content to play in the minor leagues. He's seen teammates get their big breaks, but as the first openly trans man in the world of competitive baseball, he already has nearly everything he's ever let himself dream of. When his former teammate and longtime time rival Luis Estrada is unexpectedly drafted onto the team, the careful equilibrium of Jean's life is destroyed. Luis is standoffish, talented, and inconveniently gorgeous, and the two men can barely get through a game together. This is war, and the team pays the price. So when Luis surprises Jean with a softer side to his naughty demeanor, Jean offers an olive branch for the sake of his teammates. Soon they discover that the chemistry on the pitch might lead them all the way to the playoffs. And the chemistry of pitch, well, that could be enough to change the game forever. Well, that sounds interesting. Yeah. I think I prefer this book over the one I got in for March's subscription, just because it's like simpler. But yeah, it's like the sides are gorgeous. It goes all the way around. Let's look at the end pages because, and you know, let's pull the dust jacket off and not break it and ruin it. the lovely cream. And then we have the red. And I love the quote in the middle here. Jean only needs to get on base, then trust Lewis to bring him home. It's adorable. Yeah. There is some minor, I would say, blemishes. I don't know if you can see, probably can't, but in person I can see that there's like a couple of blemishes. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of to be expected. To me, it gives more of a rustic feel. I don't know what to call it. Yeah. The dog. There's a dog. I love the home page. If I can just have dogs forever. Now that's adorable. They're on the back of the players and their friends. Okay, yeah. I will probably put things away. I will probably read what's on the backs of these two later, and I will probably put it in the video. But yeah, I don't have the time to read them now. Right, so it's been a couple of minutes, actually 20 minutes since I last filmed, and I now have the opportunity to read what's on these two. So this card basically explains what the theme of the month is, and to be honest, I have kind of already read what's on the back of here because it's the blurb for the book, and we've already read that. And yeah, and then it just goes on to say what the book is and credit everyone who's basically had a hand in the book, whether it be the digital edges, the foil on the hardback, the end paper artwork, and so on. You get the gist. And yeah, then there will be a guided read along at the end of May, which hopefully I can join this time because I wasn't able to join April's because I completely missed the start date. And so I'm incredibly behind. I have read 7 chapters and I won't be. And I soft DNF the book because I don't feel like finishing it this time. It will probably happen in June when I have more time, because currently I don't have time for anything. But yeah, this is the author's name, and so it's incredibly long. But yeah, let's get into it. Dear Afterlight reader, I grew up playing soccer, indoor or outdoor, barely mattered as long as I could play goalie. I loved the intimacy of it. I loved diving to make a save, the mud taking my uniform in the Oregon rain. Most of all, I loved being useful, important, needed. Who doesn't? Baseball, on the other hand, didn't work its way into my life until the summer of 2018. I just graduated college with a 500-page mess of an honours thesis in the form of a historical fiction novel, as well as the Bourgogne. I can't read words because they're fancy. Where was I? Bourgogne realisation that I was possibly a bit transgender. Of the 2 options, I chose to focus on the novel. It was at least the kind of mess that felt fixable. That novel was not the prospects, but it too was about home and community, and the aching want and quiet hurt that build up when you try to make yourself small. It too was about a baseball-playing gay man, though the baseball was more incidental. In my research, I spent hours reading up on the invention of sugar packets, weeks doing deep dives on mid-century quavers, but even after 3 full rewrites, I knew nothing about the sport my protagonist loved. So I decided to follow the Seattle Mariners, the closest thing I had to a hometown team, for a few months. For a handful of hours each day in the most aimless and confusing summer of my life, that team kept me company. How cute. I quickly learned that baseball was a sport that demands optimism in the face of steep odds, a demand with which I, a queer trans person, was exceedingly familiar. As I fell in love with baseball and the hope it inspires, I realised I wanted to write a book where the optimism paid off. A story that felt triumphant and giddy and freeing, the same way a hard-fought walk-off win in the middle of a playoff chase does. Then Jean crashed into my life. Sorry about that. I have nosy family. Oh well. Then Jean crashed into my life. Loud and laughing, improbable and inconvenient. He played second base. He was gay. He loved his boyfriend. He loved his team. He loved. And he was unquestionably, delightedly trans. He was always meant to be the protagonist of a hard-fought, walk-off-win sort of book. In 2018, I wasn't ready to write that book yet. I was still mostly closeted, and Jean's transness and gayness scared me. I loved him, but he made sense to me in a way I wasn't ready to face. Early drafts came out stilted, a little sad. But for all the changes that the book would go through on its way to become the prospects, Jean himself remained largely the same, an optimistic man. I'm reading too much. I'm talking too much, and English is eluding me. I realised I didn't finish that sentence. An optimistic man, desperate to be needed and scared to be wanted, with a big heart and a quiet determination to prove himself. That's the end of the sentence. I'm struggling. There was also the fact that I'd never read a romance novel about people like Jean or Lewis. But as genre expectations slowly shifted and I grew into my transness, this book became one. Neither Jean nor Lewis looked anything like romantic heroes I'd seen on shelves, but they were the sorts of men I wanted to see there. Just as Lewis is the sort of man Jean wants to see on a baseball card. Loving, soft, kind. A little blunt, frequently oblivious, willing to apologise, willing to cry. Short and wide-hipped, skinny and life-altering anxious. Gay, trans, beautiful. The Prospects is unequivocally a romance, but it's also a sports story, and to me, sports, especially baseball, especially the minor leagues, are entirely about the story. I won't know, I haven't watched any baseball. I don't watch sports in general, but I don't know why I love sports romances. I've lost where I am. There. They're about the dreams we have and abandon and find our way back to. They're about who we are when we walk off the field and have to keep living. And they are, of course, about who wins, who loses, and who gets left behind. The Prospects is about the people who get left behind, how we find each other and work to build something incredible in spite of the circumstances. It's about letting ourselves want these unimaginable dreams that we may never have seen someone like us achieve. The dreams we've been told we aren't allowed to have at all. I hope when you read this book you feel allowed. I hope you stop feeling like you need permission at all. With love and hope and baseball, Casey. I feel like that's lovely. Yeah. I can't get over this artwork. I might just like hang every like picture I get from Afterlight up on the wall, and at some point I'll just have a wall of like every month. Yeah. Bye. Return to the original video. Yeah. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I can't wait. And I just realised there's a dog. And realised my camera's gone out of focus. But yeah, there's a dog. Yeah, that's it for today's video. I don't know how long this is going to be at the time of filming this section. Because I'm doing it all out of order. But yeah. That's it. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope to keep doing this as long as I have as long as I keep the subscription going. I hope to do a video like this every month. And yeah, please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.